Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Saturn making a square opposition or inconjunct to the natal moon. When we're talking about transits that involve Saturn, it can be about limitations, restrictions, responsibilities, delays, sorrow, fear, apprehension, inhibitions. And when transit Saturn is basically making an adverse aspect to one's natal moon, well, I'm going to elaborate on that. When I say basically adverse aspect, the squares and opposition aspects in astrology, of course, are adverse and negative. Now, an inconjunct can be seen as neutral, but neutral aspects can have good and bad in them, and an inconjunct can require an adjustment or transition, and those things can be exasperating and can cause some tension. So I see this collectively on basically an adverse aspect. Now, in transit Saturn, again, is basically making an adverse aspect to one's natal moon. Well, it can manifest in limitations, restrictions, responsibilities, delays, sorrow, despondency, fear, apprehension, inhibitions. These things may conflict with the emotions. There may be more, or the emotional needs, I should say. There might be more of a delay in meeting some kind of emotional need. It might be more of a laborious effort in trying to attain that. If you have your natal moon in Capricorn, it could be something connected with politics or the government, or some business, or if might be some Capricorn goal like dentistry or accounting or gaining some structure in life. If it's in if the natal moon is in Capricorn, the fourth house, it could be gaining some kind of structure and discipline in one's home life. Now, the thing about this too is this transit. Keep in mind the moon is about our reactions and responses, and this could be a thing where we may respond to things a little bit more negatively at this time. This can be a time where how you feel may be a little bit more negative than usual. You might be feeling more despondent, and see a lot of the negative aspect of things that are moon related, such as the home and family life or prominent women in your life scheme. You might be reminiscing more about negative things. Remember, the moon is connected with our memories and our past, so it can reflect that as well. Another thing too, when we look at this, the moon again can be connected with the mother, and it can be a time where there might be some kind of restriction or limitation, or might be more some kind of laborious effort as far as doing activities with the mother, or it might be where responsibilities at this time and duties and work and matters with the career may conflict with matters with the mother, and even also the family in general and prominent women in your life at this time. It can be time. I mean, let's say if the natal moon is in Aries, it could be an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that simply embodies Aries characteristics. The moon is also associated with our home, and it might be a time where we might feel more inundated, with things to do, responsibilities, duties, chores that are involving the home of this time. I mean, say if the natal moon is in Virgo, it might be a time where there might be a lot of sanitizing, cleaning, organization that may have to be done in the home. If the home is very disheveled, this could be that time where you may have to do something with this, and in terms of taking care of the home, and it might require more effort at this time than usual to do so, and you might be a little bit down on having to do this. And the thing about the moon as well, I mean, anatomically speaking, it's connected with the stomach, the chest, the breast, and water retention. And when you look at this in this transit, it could be, I don't know, factually, like for whether being depressed or despondent or feeling melancholy can have an effect having an upset stomach as an example. But if that is true in theory, then this would be, a transit where you would have to be a little bit more careful with that. But again, I mean, Saturn is connected with also with chronic illnesses and things that can be debilitating chronic illnesses. And this could be, something too, where if you have, anything chronic, and it can, as far as an illness goes, and it can potentially affect the stomach area or even the chest or breast area, then this could be a time where it may do that. It might be worry. Now, I believe worrying may cause problems with the stomach, and Saturn is that harbinger of worry, fear, and apprehension. And if that is the case where it can cause an upset stomach, then this could be that time where that could actually transpire. And there might be a little bit harder, more of a, again, laborious effort to retain water at this time. There might be also, another thing too is that the moon is connected with the unconscious and the subconscious, and it can be a time where, there might be things that may have happened that were rather negative with us in the past, and it's causing maybe really a time where we're more, dominated by the negative thinking of the past. Again, the moon is connected with the past and memories, and it might be more, things that are depressing that might be entering our subconscious, and those things, of course, can impact us in certain ways. And whether you're trying to move forward, or you're trying to, even just general actions and doing things, that could be, positive or beneficial for yourself. And the thing about this too is the moon, of course, is connected also with our feelings and our emotions. And again, this the transit of Saturn, the fact that Saturn can be negative and pessimistic, it's something where the feelings might be a little bit more on the negative side at this time, and it might be hard. You might not feel up to doing things because you might not just simply feel like doing things, because there may be something where you're seeing something, from a negative or adverse, the vantage point at this time. And it might be a little bit harder or more of an effort, again, the laborious effort to express one's emotions. Say if the natal moon is in Gemini, it could be manifold emotions, feelings, a wide divergence of emotions and feelings at this time. Now, maybe a time too, another way this transit can manifest, it could be where you're a little bit more apprehensive regarding your home and family matters in general at this time. Say if the natal moon is in Sagittarius, as an example, it could be regarding expanding, the house. It could be, adding a partition or some kind of extension to it, or even doing things connected with the adventure or exploration with the home and family, or religious activities at this time. You just might be, there might be some kind of reluctance or some delay in connection with this. Another thing too, this could be more of a laborious effort to express, really, or to satisfy, I should say, one's emotional needs. Say, for example, if the natal moon is in Aquarius, it could be something like with astrology or computers, electronics, robotics, innovation, as some examples at this time. It could be also, too, that a father or authority figure may be averse, perhaps, to that unconscious side that you may be expressing. The moon could be connected with that subconscious and unconscious energy. Again, going back to the natal moon in Gemini as an example, it could be some kind of even vicarious or superficial energy, or just being contradictory. And, the person with the moon in Gemini might not even be realizing this. My natal moon is in Gemini, and I'm sure I express these qualities, but I'm not always paying attention to them, but I am likely expressing that on a subconscious level. Now, another thing is too that the responsibilities at this time, again, may be something you simply don't feel like doing, that you may not be in that mood to do. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, Say, for example, if the transit Saturn is in Pisces, these things, responsibilities might be connected doing something with the pool, or sanitizing the water. And remember, Pisces can be connected with water or swimming, I would say. Um, and also chemicals as well. So there might be a time for sanitizing or cleaning the pool, doing something with chemicals with it that you might not feel like doing, something with photography or chemistry. It could be something where could be Pisces related, that's connected with responsibilities that you just might not be in the mood to do, as an example. And also too, another way this transit can be expressed, it could be a chronic illness, may cause more emotional upsetment at this time. Now, say if the transit Saturn is in Taurus, for example, it could be something with the throat, the neck, the esophagus, the thyroid at this time, and those are, and anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.